This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you in part by the Daily Herald.
Chris, we're partway, at least into the second day of fall practice for you guys. I would imagine excited for things to really finally officially get the ball rolling here for Waubonsie Athletics.
Yeah, extremely excited. The kids are excited. The coaches have been kind of, chopping at the bit to get going as well. And Principal Stipp and myself, we've had a chance to get out and see each and every one of the groups, and the kids are just excited. The weather doesn't hurt. The weather's been cooperating with us here a little bit as well. So excited. It's kind of nice to see the halls filled with students, and I'm excited to get the athletic season going, for sure.
Now, you're announced as the AD in late February, if memory serves, and got in the building beginning of July. I guess, how has that transition kind of been coming down from Larkin and, now where full-fledged practices are up and running?
Yeah, I had an opportunity in the spring to come out and meet the coaches. We did a meet the coach breakfast kind of thing before the school day started. So I had an opportunity to meet a bunch of them, and I didn't officially stop over at Larkin until June 20th. So I did take some time to spend with the family just for about a week and a half, and got in here July 1st and just hit the gate running. Had an opportunity to meet with every one of the head coaches here for the fall season. Had some great discussions, and we're just kind of getting everything organized. Everybody does things differently. So I did things a little differently at Larkin, and just trying to adapt to how things are done here, and trying to make it work for, just to make it easy for everybody.
Now, one of the head coaching hires that stands out, Chaz Taft is the new basketball coach here after Steve Weimer stepped down. I know you were kind of involved in that process. How did that go?
Yeah, it went real well. When it did open up, I was kind of curious, what role I would play, and I think, Principal Stipp did an excellent job of putting that together. Mike Rogowski played a role as well as he was leaving, and he did a great job. And at a certain point, he kind of handed it over to Mr. Stipp and myself, and it was I think a great hire. I think he's I've had a chance to speak with a number of the athletes from the summer, and they soon found out that he's passionate about basketball. You guys will see right away. I mean, he knows the game, and he is passionate. He brings it every day. So we're excited about it.
I would imagine kind of neat to be able to kind of get your feet wet, in a little bit of an advisory role as before you get started as far as hiring head coaches. Yeah,
definitely. I had an opportunity to hire a number of coaches over at Larkin. But yeah, that was a nice way of just kind of seeing how things are run a little bit over here at Waubonsie, and how Mr. Stipp wants things ran as well. So it was a great experience. We're looking forward to it, and I know the kids are excited as well.
We've talked a little bit about you being up in Elgin at Larkin. Familiarity with the conference, I would imagine, helps a little bit, being in the UEC River Division up there, but come down here to the Valley. Does that kind of play a role a little bit, being familiar with a lot of these schools?
Oh, definitely. I, even just going to we had our first athletic directors meeting in early August, and just going there, knowing the guys, and, just changing the color of shirt. It was a little different. Everybody was like, I'm used to seeing you in blue, now I see you in green. But just the familiarity with the people that you're working with, it's so much easier compared to when I first became an athletic director and had no idea what I was getting into. So feel very comfortable with that moving forward.
And that's the next thing I wanted to ask you. Having that prior AD experience before coming into a big program like this, how would you kind of compare yourself now versus a couple years back when you were that first-time AD?
Yeah, I feel like, walking in, I think everybody kind of goes in, hey, I think I know, how everything's run, and I think I know the protocol, but you soon find, wow, dig a little deeper, and there's a lot more involved. And having that experience, which Larkin gave me the ability to do, it helps tremendously. So, I find that I did a lot more things over there that necessarily maybe, I can use more people here. We only had one assistant AD position over at Larkin, where we have two here, which is going to help. So those are some of the things that's like, wow, that's nice to have. But Larkin High School was a great experience. We had some great programs. They compete in the upstate as well. So it was a great learning experience over there, and I owe a lot to them.
Chris, your father Bill, a longtime AD at Wheaton North. I know they've named gym after him, a basketball tournament. How big of an influence was he for you getting in this field?
Yeah, I mean, a major influence. It actually kind of works out where I going through the experience, growing up with your father being an athletic director, I used to idolize it. I was like, that's what I want to do. And as I got older into college, I wanted to explore maybe the college level, and that was actually where I originally wanted to get going. But after college, I ended up getting in the business world, and then the avenues kind of gotten me here that I've taken, and he was a great influence. One of the things that he always did was he was a great relationship builder, and that's something that I want to make sure that I bring to the table here at Waubonsie, and that it's a community effort. I feel like my job as athletic director and the way he represented Wheaton North, I feel like my job here at Waubonsie is just to represent the school as positive as possible, and that's my role, to make it look as good as possible throughout the state.
You mentioned that, and that kind of goes back to the next question I have. When you look at some of the really successful programs here, girls soccer, we're on their field right now. Bowling has been successful these last couple years. Football, another one that's really had a nice run. As the new guy coming in, how do you kind of hope to keep kind of fostering some success with the programs that are already there without, maybe trying to do too much?
Yeah, I really think sitting down with all the coaches, I haven't had a chance to sit down with Julie, with our girls coaches, as much as I'd like to, but obviously she's doing some things right and doing well. But just having a chance to sit down, like for example with Paul with the football program, there are great coaches here, and they know what they're doing. They know how to lead kids. They know how to develop programs. I feel like my role is, hey, how can I support? How can I increase the help? How can I help you make your job easier and growing your program and making it more competitive?
Now, do you think, I would imagine having some of that coaching experience yourself, being on the other side of that relationship when you were up at U46, has kind of helped you go into that as well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you definitely know, your life as a coach is definitely different than being an administrator as an athletic director, where there's just so many different other aspects you got to deal with, where they got to deal with, the kids on a daily basis, where, hey, let me help you with the other areas where, maybe we can work together and it's a team effort, and that's what I'm all about. It's a team effort. I'm not looking for any recognition. I just want to make Waubonsie look as positive as possible, the community look as positive as possible.
Now, I know a lot of people in your career track as far as athletic director, being challenged is kind of a big thing. What kind of challenges does this job kind of present to you that maybe got you excited about it?
I think the greatest challenge is that this community, the community of Waubonsie, I think the student population, just the overall community, the parents, they just want to see good things happen, and they expect, they want the best things here. And like anywhere I've been, I feel like wherever I am, that's what they deserve, and I just want to deliver that to them. And we can work together. I think it's a team effort there as well to make that happen. We're trying our best to make that happen. We have a great leader here at the school with Mr. Stipp, and he's doing great things here. He's been here, this is his second year here, and we're just going to try to make this place, a place where people look at it and they're like, they want to be there. They want to be a part of Waubonsie.
Now, I know we're only into the second day into the official start of fall athletics, but what has you excited, kind of outlook for 2013-14 for the Warriors?
Yeah, I think the fall season, I don't know how you don't get excited about fall season, especially if you're involved in high school sports. I was a football guy. I played football at Wheaton North, and obviously played through college. So, me in particular, I just love those Friday nights. Those get me going. But I just fall athletics. I mean, how do you not get excited? The kids are in the hallways right now. There's a little electricity walking through the school with kids actually walking through right now. Tennis courts are filled with athletes. It's an exciting time. I don't know how anybody doesn't get excited for it.
Definitely. Well, about a week until everybody's in the building. Until then, we'll let you get back to work. Chris, thanks for the time.
Thanks a lot.